thank you so much for joining us for worship as we continued our Frayed series. We hope you haven't been too afraid of the sermon topics we've been talking about. Did you like that little pun? Did you like that?
Yeah.
Here are the announcements we've got coming up. Monday midday prayers all the way through Lent. Stop by the church and have a little prayer service on Monday. Pastor's Bible study is continuing on Wednesdays at noon. 2 big deadlines coming up. We've got the Easter lilies deadline. So if you want to purchase a lily in honor or in memory of someone to be in the sanctuary on Easter, that deadline is next Sunday, April 6th. And then we have another deadline on April 6th, the Lent Drive for Crossroads Community Services. We're collecting cardboard boxes that are still put together and plastic bags and paper bags so that people who are going to the Crossroads Community Services food pantry can put their groceries in it and take them home. We're collecting all that stuff until April 6th, so make sure you bring that stuff. And then next Sunday, again on the 6th, we're going to have our Sunday morning happy half hour. That's the first Sunday of every month, 10:30 to 11, and people just mingle a little bit in the atrium. There's food. Just come a little early. If you don't go to Sunday school, come a little early. If you do go to Sunday school, it's just right in between the time that you would be waiting and like, I don't have anything to do. Go to the happy half hour. That's what we've got coming up at the church. I'm so excited to have Leah Bailey joining me today.
Hello, Roy.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do like a little, today we're having Leah Bailey join us. Do you ever listen to NPR?
Yes. I love NPR.
You're so cultured. Do you have any tote bags?
No. I'm not paid for the tote bag or the cup,
Wow.
but my husband has.
Wow. Okay.
Thankfully.
That works.
That
So last Sunday we talked about scarcity and contentment. Mm-hmm. Now, I could put you on the spot and be like, where do you feel scarcity in your life? But that's too vulnerable for the pre-show.
Very true.
So
Very
we're talking instead about where do you find contentment?
I love to sit by some water. Definitely feel content.
Does it have to be a specific type of water?
Oh, actually, I could just sit by a swimming pool and that would be fine if I could only get there. But
hey, we have 2 swimming pools at our apartment complex.
I could come as a guest.
Anytime.
Great, because I don't have a pool at my house.
Okay.
So there it is. Like if I sat over at the Baptist water fountain, I might even find some contentment there too.
Yeah, just put a chair out, put your feet up, listen to the running water.
Yeah, I've got a rocking chair, like a camping chair that rocks.
Yeah, do it. They wouldn't be
contentment.
weirded out at all.
No.
Do you have like a lake you like to go to or a beach you like to go to?
We just got back from Myrtle Beach.
Ooh, fancy.
That was nice, but any lake will do.
Yeah.
It's just real serene, quiet.
My fiance loves water and loves swimming.
Yes.
And so just like in the pool, she takes long showers. Just like if he's in the water, his brain is calm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to float.
Yeah.
Just let me float somewhere.
Yeah.
That's just what I want to do. Jake
about
and
like
I are going to go float somewhere.
Yeah. You ever floated in San Marcos?
Yes.
Floated the river?
Yes, and the Guadalupe.
The Guadalupe?
Uh-huh.
Where's
Do you
that?
call it? Do you say that?
Is that the river in San Marcos?
No, it's a
Where
river
is
in
it?
Texas somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
What about Schlitterbahn? How do you feel about
Yes,
Schlitterbahn?
I've done that. You know, now that I'm getting older, the only thing I really like to do is the lazy river.
Yeah. Some of those older slides, you kind of get stuck in them at Schlitterbahn.
Scary. I had a really bad experience at Schlitterbahn one time.
What happened?
I got stuck under a tube. And then everybody just kept coming and I was still stuck under water. It was.
Did you survive?
I'm here today.
Okay, good.
I feel fine. I can breathe normal.
Mm-hmm. And that didn't give you any trauma about
Water?
water?
No.
No, you're just saying.
No.
It's sort of just like washed off your back.
You're so funny, Roy.
So I find contentment. I think my most content place is like taking a nap on the beach.
With the warm sun.
Yeah, and the
The cool
sound of the
breeze.
ocean. Yeah, that's where I find contentment.
Ooh. Is that the only place you find contentment?
No, I find contentment
Okay, other places.
other places. After I go for a run in the morning, I do a little stretch on the yoga mat, you know?
Run isn't contentment.
No, that's not the contentment. No, God, no. Every time I start a run, about a minute in, I'm like, why?
Did I do this?
Why is this happening again?
But good for you.
When
Your
can it
heart is
stop?
going to thank you.
Yes. But afterward, I put on, there's a Spotify playlist called Choir Classics. Got you a little Mendelssohn, a little Olayelo, who was here at the church 2 weeks ago.
Is Mark Miller there too?
I don't know. I don't know if Mark Miller's on there. He was here at the church too. And I just listened to that and stretch, and that's sort of good start to the day.
Roy, I don't know anybody who stretches to choral music, but I think that's really amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, I'm wondering if you find contentment in the beautiful children's ministry that you do here at FirstChurch.
Yes, of course.
What's the most fulfilling part of working with the children?
Do you know that sitting in worship with the kids with their big smiles and they're just eager and excited to share what they think about things? Super exciting. I love that time with them.
So we've got some special children's ministry moments going on. Right now we're doing Camp Big Church.
Yes.
Now, what is Camp Big Church?
This is a beautiful tradition that some churches have. We started it forever ago. It is for kindergarten kids to prepare them to leave the nursery and enter into the sanctuary and worship life with the rest of the congregation.
Oh, so beforehand they sort of stay in the nursery through through the worship hour.
Yes, they don't have to.
They don't have
but
to.
it's a choice that parents get to make. Yeah, and so
then you're going to prepare them for joining worship.
Yeah, give them a foundation. Like, what is the hymnal? What, like, you're going to be doing communion and baptism.
When this airs, I will have already done communion.
Well, true statement.
Yeah.
So some of those kids are going to be taking communion for the first time.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure, but you've got this.
Thank you. What are the vibes? Like, what sort of teacherly advice do you have for relating to kindergartners? Because you taught, what grade did you teach? I just learned this in the children's moment for last week for the first time.
Seriously?
Or 2 weeks ago for the first time.
Kindergarten.
You did teach kindergarten.
4th grade, 5th grade. Oh, and preschool. I did teach preschool too.
Wow. What school did you teach at?
Forest Lane in Richardson. Hart Elementary in Lovejoy, which is up north. And then at a place called Faith Family, which is in south of downtown.
Wow. How long were you a teacher for?
Oh, great question. Like over 10 years. So probably like close to 15.
15 years you were a teacher?
Yeah, I think
You're not old enough to have been professional for
then.
15 years.
I know. Right. I kind of don't feel old enough to be a professional or a mom, to be real, but whatever.
Ooh, now we're getting deep. What all did the kids learn about?
At Camp Big Church, it's all the things like they'll learn songs and prayers and what some of our hymns are, what our sacraments are. They'll travel to different places in the church to learn different spaces that we have, and they'll get to talk to the clergy. And y'all get to introduce yourselves to them.
I forgot I was asking for advice. Like what should have advice do you have for like interacting with kindergartners?
Greet them.
Greet them.
Yes. Greet each one of them individually.
Oh, individually.
Okay? You don't have to know their name, but if you just make eye contact with them, they'll be giddy. Then you can some of your jokes are pretty funny. You could probably just throw in a joke about...
Just a little joke or two? Yeah, it's not going to go over their head?
It depends on how high you go.
Yeah.
Right?
So I have to go low. You're saying go low.
You like to sing. You could totally sing with them.
So what should we sing about? Communion?
Do you know a communion song that's easy to sing? I bet we could
we can learn something.
Like to Twinkle Twinkle.
Yeah.
Bread and wine and juice. Yeah. If you please.
And then I'm also doing baptism. I'm sure there are baptism songs that are easy.
Yes. And you know what? You get to take a baby doll to that one, and the kids get to baptize the baby.
Wow. Baptize the baby. Did you ever do the thing in school where you had to like carry around the baby?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I didn't. They didn't have that at my school.
Dexter said that he did.
Dexter?
Yeah, we'll have to learn more from him afterward.
I cannot. That's why he's such a good dad.
Yeah, he's such a good dad.
He practiced that.
Yeah, and that's why you're a terrible mother.
That's why I'm a terrible... I didn't have the opportunity.
I know.
See, this is
I've
why
always
education
thought
is
that.
important, y'all. Come on, state of Texas. Come on.
So that's Camp Big Church. We also have Parents' Night Out coming up on Friday, April 4th.
Yes.
What do you do? What kind of stuff do you do at Parents' Night Out?
Eat a lot of popcorn.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Games.
Is it buttered or is it just like stale?
Out of the big popcorn machine.
Out of the popcorn machine, so it's fresh.
Smell like popcorn?
Yeah.
Yes. Bounce houses.
They have bounce houses?
Yes. Every time.
And
in the atrium.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
They have them like during the summer for the DLC, like every Friday, right?
Every Friday.
God, I walk out, I'm going home, I'm like, should I just bounce around for a little bit?
We probably should get like adult-sized ones if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those might not fit in the atrium, but...
Fall Festival, you could totally do it at Fall Festival.
Fall Festival? I missed Fall Festival last year.
You shouldn't miss it this year. You
I
should
know.
dress up.
It was big regret.
Mm-hmm.
Big regret. And what ages is Parents Night Out for?
Infants through 6th grade.
Infants through 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And you just register online.
Register on Realm.
And then sometimes we do like parents content,
Yes.
but we're not doing it for April.
Not for April, but for May.
But for May, we've got something special coming up.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We have a speaker who's going to come in and talk about social media and how we can help our kids and ourselves learn how to use it to benefit each other and not overuse it.
What are the social media rules that you made for your children?
Roy, I make some rules at my house, but then we don't follow them.
Oh,
This is why I'm a
so there's
bad
some
mother, right?
there's some follow-through issues.
Follow through is my weakness.
When were they like allowed to get on social media?
Ellen is the only one who has social media right now, and she was probably a freshman when she got social media.
That's not. How old is that? 10?
That she was.
No, 10 is when you start middle school.
10 is when you start.
So
William is in 8th grade or 7th grade, and he's 13.
Right. So it's like around 14 is freshman.
Yeah, 15.
year.
Yeah.
That's not too early for social media, I don't think.
She only has Snap and Instagram.
So no, why Snap and Instagram? Snap is really good for messaging your friends. They basically use it as texting. It's like texting already exists. Why do we need a thing where we send ourselves an awkward photo of ourselves?
Right. And so it should miss out, right? Because
Should
the
really miss out,
communication
yeah.
was happening.
Yeah.
And Instagram because, well, that's how some of her church people, like Dorian, does all her communication through Instagram.
And it's just photos, so it's a little more
Photos,
harmless.
yeah.
So we're talking about
On May.
the
The first Friday in May.
Friday in May.
It will coincide with Mitchell's
Technology
AI
series.
technology series in the sermon.
We're talking about social media with children. I feel like if I were a parent, I'd be eating that up.
Eating it up.
Because
Yeah.
like when and why and how.
Right. And the guy who's going to come and talk to us, like that's his whole entire practice.
He's a professional.
Is how do you help teens and kids manage their
Okay, so people, if they don't go to that, they're going to really miss out. Right?
FOMO.
They're going to have FOMO.
They might have
Speaking of FOMO, that's what we're talking about today
Okay.
in the sermon, fear of missing out. When are you afraid of missing out?
If my kids and my husband are chatting it up and giggling it up in a different room, I can't handle it. I just have to
Say,
go
what's
out
going
the
on?
room. I yell at them from the other room. What are y'all talking about? And if they don't answer, I get up and go figure it out.
Jacob's family has a what bucket?
Tell me this.
Because particularly his mom will be like half paying attention, and then she'll go, what? And then it's like, no. You were here. The conversation happened. So
Was she on her phone?
Yeah. It's like a metaphorical what bucket. So it's like they're like, put it in the what bucket. We're not explaining it to you.
I love this.
You got to be
the
present.
What bucket?
Yeah.
Maybe we should start that.
They're like $1 in the what bucket. So they're gonna call that on you when you're like from the other room. What are y'all talking about? They're gonna say $1 in the what bucket.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Every time a what comes out, $1. Mm-hmm. You go on a good vacation.
All right. Exactly. Where do I feel like I'm missing out?
Yeah, where?
So Chapel Rowan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw her open for Olivia Rodrigo. But
now I'm having FOMO.
You should have FOMO because that was the smelliest concert we've ever been to. Those preteens, their deodorant had to run out, girl, by 10 p.m. Ooh. So you didn't miss out on that. But she did a standalone concert like 2 weeks before, and we were like, oh, we'll see her in a couple weeks. She's open. But now she's so huge that we could have seen her. We missed out.
I'm so sorry.
What you're not going to miss out on is this week's service because it's coming up. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, you can follow us on email, newsletter, our social media, or the events page on our website to know everything that's going on. We're so glad that you're here to join us. Thank you.